going to take you through a step-by-step to creating a high-key photograph. This is one of my favourite photography techniques. It's the perfect shot for those overcast days with flat light, and it's great for showing off the finer details of feathers and birds in general. But first, what is high key? It's a general art term that refers to a style that uses light tones or colours, creating a bright and airy effect. High key photography is commonly used in product shots and portrait photography, but I like the illustrative quality it can bring to a bird photo. It's quite easy to create a high key photograph. You just need the right conditions, a little bit of adjustment to your settings, and a little bit of post-processing to finish it off. Let's start with shooting conditions. Dull overcast days work beautifully because the light is soft and diffused. Some sun can work, but you want the light to be as even and gentle as possible. The next thing we need is a pale background, usually the sky, but you can also use sand, water, light coloured trees. I took this photo of this robin using a caravan parked in the distance. High-key photography is more about creativity than capturing exactly what's in front of you. Moving on to settings, ideally you want to overexpose your image. This unedited photo is the ideal starting point. We've completely blown out the sky, but we've still retained the detail in the feathers. You can use exposure compensation to add 1 to 3 stops, but I prefer to do it by eye so I can keep an eye on the highlights and make sure I'm not losing any of the details that I want to retain. But you don't need to get the exposure perfect to have a win with this technique. Let's move on to our step-by-step editing process. I'm using Lightroom Cloud, but these are basic tools that you'll find in any editing software. I'm going to edit this underexposed image. I had my shutter speed too fast, but I want to show you what's possible with this technique. I took the shot in the very late afternoon at ISO 2000, so I've run it through Lightroom's AI noise reduction filter with a factor of 50. Our first 2 steps are to trim back the highlights and then increase the shadows, which has the effect of evening out the light. As we didn't get a perfect image to start with, we're going to have to do a little bit of work to this one. We're also going to take the contrast down a little bit. We don't want it washed out, but we don't want a lot of contrast for this look. Next, we're going to increase the exposure pretty dramatically. It's okay if your image looks a little bit washed out at this point, but just keep an eye on those details and highlights and make sure that you haven't blown them out. Next, we're going to use the dehaze and clarity tools, just a little bit to bring back some of the detail. Always go gently with these 2 tools as they can make your image look really artificial. We're nearly done, but a side effect of using the dehaze tool is that it does tend to yellow your images, so if needed, we can adjust the white balance a touch to add more blue. We started with a colour temperature of 6,300 and I've just cooled the image a tiny little bit to 5,900 or so. We can leave it at that, but if you have masking, you can now do some further tweaking. Using the Sky Select tool, you can then brighten the sky a little bit more if needed, and then invert that mask to further edit your bird. What you need to do will depend on your starting image, but this should give you some idea of the process. Starting with an image that was exposed correctly in camera would obviously give us a better end result, but you can see these simple steps do the job pretty well, even with a relatively poor starting point. When editing, make adjustments in small increments and really look at the whole image to check for artifacts or problem areas before you move on to the next step. And here's our finished high-key image. It's a long way from where we started, but it's only a couple of minutes editing time. Let's do another image. I got the exposure right from the start with this one, but it's still the same process to get the finished product. We start with denoise, then bring the highlights down, bring the shadows up, adjust the exposure, contrast, a little bit of clarity and dehaze, check the white balance, and we're good to go. Let's do one more. This one again, I'm a little underexposed. Exact same process again, trimming back the highlights, bringing up the shadows, raising the exposure, checking our contrast, adding a little clarity and dehaze. Again, we can use a little bit of further tweaking on this one, so I'm going to add the sky layer mask and then invert that layer mask. I do like to just tweak around on a few different settings and see which is going to bring out the best in each particular photo. Every shot is unique, so it needs a unique treatment, but I'm only using variations on those same tools. And there we have our finished Brahmini kite in high key. I really enjoy the transformation that using this technique can bring to your photos. You've probably got one suitable, so give it a go and let me know in the comments how you went with it. You can jump on over to my blog at flyingparrot.au for a step-by-step in a written version. Well, that's it for this time. I hope you found that useful and will consider subscribing to my channel. Or I'd love to have you over as a member to my monthly newsletter where I'll be sending out members-only information and tutorials. Catch you next time.